Hello guys and welcome back again to another episode of the Babylonian Crypto channel. Today we're going to talk about this very interesting project called Persistence. It falls under the Cosmos ecosystem, which is quite hyped out, especially this year in 2022. So I think this is one potential project definitely to look at, and we will see why later. So before that, just a disclaimer, this is not financial advice, it's just for educational purposes and views expressed here are my own. Okay, so Persistence Network is built on top of the Cosmos SDK framework. So it's a bit like Terra. They are built on top of the Tendermint. And Persistence itself is actually a blockchain, an individual sovereign blockchain. And they also have their own Persistence SDK. So Persistence allows other applications to be built on top of them. So they have been in development for about 2 years now, and their mainnet actually just launched in Q1 2021. So right now the three main applications is Comdex, which is synthetic assets, and Asset Mantle, which is NFT Marketplace, and last of all is pStake, which helps to unlock your staked assets like Lido Finance. And I think this is an interesting project to look at because 2022 onwards would be the time where they start generating real revenue. Because since they are launched in Q1 2021, they have been in an accumulation phase and there isn't any revenue generating business. But a lot of these applications are coming out live on mainnet in 2022. So we'll look into detail on how each of these applications work. So the first one is Comdex. I'm sure many of you have claimed the airdrops already if you have staked your Luna or Atom. If not, you can go and claim. Just go to their website and follow the instructions. So Comdex is synthetic assets. So it's a bit like a mirror on Terra and the synthetic protocol on Ethereum. But the difference is they are focused on commodities. So that is their area of specialty. They are focused on commodities, and the first three commodities that they are going to create a synthetic asset is gold, silver, and crude oil. And afterwards, subsequently, it could be corn, coffee, and etc. So that's the first part. And the second part is they are focusing on the enterprise business in the trade finance industry. And Comdex has been around for the past 2-3 years already. They have been in development. And so far, the trade workflow for the past few months has gathered about $160 million in trade workflows, and they have onboarded 18 organizations across 4 countries. So Comdex is going to launch in Q1 2022, and they also have this other product called ShipFi, which is still pretty much in a stealth mode. And how ShipFi works is they are going to digitalize some trade finance debt and receivables and this kind of category of assets and bring it on chain to obtain more liquidity. So this is still a wait and see approach, but the roadmap for ShipFi is coming out in early 2022, so I think it's quite exciting also. So that's just the overview of Comdex. It's a synthetic one. This is for retail users, and then this is for enterprise in the trade finance industry. So digging deeper into the trade finance one, they have this trade room workflow. So the problem in trade finance in this shipping supply chain industry is this lack of standardization of information, because different entities have their own version of truth and it's very hard to coordinate with each other. So it causes a lot of time delay. And it says over here the end-to-end life cycle of a trade can take anywhere between 2 and 7 days. But I think this is highly underrated. Probably the market standard is probably like 2-3 weeks or something, and they are planning to narrow this time gap down into just 1 hour. And you can easily do that through blockchain, as we have seen. Like you transfer money across, it takes like less than 5 minutes. And so how it works is for any enterprise who wants to be part of their platform, they have to first do KYC AML for registration. So it's a bit centralized, but it's a trusted kind of environment where you are doing business with people you know. So it starts with negotiation, contract signing, and the stakeholders will go into this live chat trade room, and then they will start to negotiate the trade terms and the quantity and the amount. For example, like I want to buy 10,000 tons of bauxite for the year or this sort of things. And they will record all this kind of information, key information into smart contracts and store them into the blockchain. So that is the first part, and then second part is the settlement kind of thing, and they have already partnered up with Western Union. So Comdex wallet is actually linked together, so you can deposit and withdraw money from there, and then you can make payments based on whatever agreements that you agreed on in the smart contract. So that's for the enterprise side of things for Comdex. So next is pStake. pStake is unlocked liquidity for stake assets. So the reason is because of composability, because when you stake your assets, usually it's like locked there for 21 days and you can't really do anything with it. So it's quite unproductive and inefficient use of capital. So if you can take this stake asset and make it liquid, you can, for example, put it into collateral and borrow money, like example, Abracadabra, you use like yield-bearing assets. Or you can also do LP for these liquid stake assets. So you are generating extra use, not just from your staking rewards, but also from those DeFi protocols that you use like LP or lending, borrowing, and this sort of stuff. So that's what pStake is all about. And right now there's already 46 million TVL locked inside. So the two supported network right now is Atom and Persistence, and they are working towards releasing the stake Ethereum like Lido Finance. So the key difference between pStake and like competitors like Lido or Rocket Pool is they use this dual token model. So what it means is they separate out the staking rewards and the staking assets. And you have this P token and STK token. So you have to first deposit your staking asset to mint P token, and then you use P token to stake to get STK token. So the rewards you get is P token. So the main reason for doing this is actually, if you think about it, usually like those staking assets, there are a couple of ways to do it. So first is through rebasing. That means your staking tokens would increase in quantity over time. So it's like your Ohm or your Wonderland time. So that is one way of doing it. And the second way of doing it is like your compound Aave C token, A token, or like your AUST in Anchor. So the value of this token will actually increase in the value. So that is basically the two ways of doing it. But then the main problem is that you can't make use of the yields, the rewards to do something else. And then for DEX and AMM, those constant token balance, you also can't do it that way, because for one token that is increasing in quantity, if you pair it with something else, then that doesn't really make sense over the long run, right? So it affects this composability component, and that is the reason why they do this dual token model. So because of this dual token model, it makes it possible for them to create new products. And one of the things pStakes are trying to do is actually to build this redemption pool. And how it works is that it allows users to swap between their stake assets and unstaked assets. So liquidity providers can provide liquidity for this. And then those users can specify how early they want to redeem their tokens, as well as the period of days. And then a fee will be charged based on the size of their liquidity. So that is how pStake works in a nutshell, and their token is actually launching very, very soon. They just completed their IDO sale on the coin list. And the TGE, I think, is happening around end of January. So this is one project to also consider. They also have their own token. And you can see this is how their user interface looks like. So first you have to wrap your token, your staking asset, to get the P token, and then you will then stake your P token to get STK token. So STK token is actually liquid, and you can use this STK token to provide liquidity or lending, borrowing, or do all sorts of things. So the most impressive thing about pStake is actually their investors is really all the tier 1 investors that you can find. 3AC, Sequoia India, Galaxy Digital, Defiance, and Coinbase. And so it's really a very impressive profile. Next is Asset Mantle. So this one, they want to be the Shopify of NFTs. So they launched their testnet on 15 November 2021. And the unique selling point for this is that it allows creators to customize and build their own store and design their store the way they want, rather than listing their NFTs on OpenSea. So this gives users and creators more flexibility and creativity to come out with the style and feel of their marketplace. And then Asset Mantle is also part of these other protocols and projects within the Cosmos ecosystem, and all of them are working to create this inter-NFT standard, which allows NFTs to be transferred across different chains. So these are some of the key features of this Asset Mantle. So it supports multiple NFTs like images, audio, video, AR, VR, 3D, and all these. And then you can exchange all these NFTs on their DEX, because all the NFTs are using the same standard. So you can either trade NFT for NFT, or NFT for token, or token for NFT. And then there's also this fractionalized ownership. So for example, if your NFT is accruing revenue, let's say if it's music, and you earn royalties from it, and then these royalties will actually be split accordingly based on your fractional ownership of it. So Asset Mantle is really still in the very early stage of it. You can see that they have still got a lot of things on the roadmap, and they are going to release their tokens also very soon. And yeah, so these are some of the potential things that you can look forward to, but this is still pretty much in the very early phase of the project. So I've looked at their NFT Marketplace, and right now there isn't really much blue chip NFTs that are being listed there right now. So we will see how it goes over the next few months, but this is definitely one project that is part of the Persistence network also. So the selling point for Persistence is that you actually earn revenue and fees from all these applications that are built on top of Persistence network. So Comdex, all the business and transactions from Comdex will go back to this fee pool, and also for pStake and for Asset Mantle also. So PLAN is one project that is still in the stealth mode. They haven't really talked much about it, but it's like a stablecoin lending borrowing platform. And those stablecoins holder, you can actually supply your stablecoins, and I think it will be used to finance those enterprise or SMEs from the Comdex side of things. But I don't know how it works. They haven't released much info on this. But this is definitely the next catalyst for Persistence, and is one also to keep a lookout for. So right now, if you stake your XPRT token, you are getting 35% rewards. But this is inflation rewards, and it will actually halve every 2 years. So they have a target bond of 67%. Right now it's like I think 80+%. So assuming a 67% bonding rate by 2035, the maximum supply would be about 400 million. So if you look at this diagram, it's very similar to the Luna coin, because it accrues revenue from the growth of all these applications and the growth of all this ecosystem, and you're actually owning a part of the network, you're owning a part of the fees. So in their own words, as a work token, XPRT will also accrue value in direct correlation to the increased financial activity within Persistence ecosystem depth. And all the business and fees trickle down to the main chain, bringing additional value for XPRT token holders. So definitely the tokenomics and the utility of it is really quite solid, quite strong. And that's what I like about this project. So this is the team and the investor for Persistence Network, and these guys are very smart. They are early active contributors of the Cosmos network, and they also run their own validators node, Audit One on Cosmos and also on Persistence. And Tushar, he actually has also mentioned, right, that India have the most number of unicorn companies, and most of these unicorn companies start surfacing after 10 years of building. And you never know, the Persistence might be the next unicorn in the next 2-3 years, right? And you don't have to look far. If you look at like Polygon, Matic, those guys, a lot of them, the core team also, most of them are from India. So I think India has a lot of talent. There's a big talent pool over there, and they have the brain, they have the technical expertise to build this kind of vision and make it a reality. So these are the investors that are backing Persistence: Sir Arrington, IOSG Ventures, Lunex. So Lunex is also founded by him. He's also part of it. It's a spin-off from the Golden Gate Ventures. And Terra is also supporter, Tendermint, Alameda. Yeah, so very impressive team, and also very impressive investors. So on a final note, this is the price of the XPRT. Again, this is not financial advice, but it does very much looks like a falling wedge pattern. And if you think about it, the narrative of this year is Cosmos, and all their applications are going to start generating revenue this year in 2022, and all these fees are going to accrue back to the token of XPRT stakers, and you could potentially see dozens of applications coming to build on top of persistence. And I think if that happens, they're going to pull a very similar move to Terra Luna, because the whole model of it is quite similar, and that's why I think persistence has really strong potential. It fits with the Cosmos narrative also in 2022. So we'll see what happens by the end of this year and see whether this video aged well. So I hope this video has given you a better understanding of persistence network. So if you have any questions, thoughts, please comment down below. I will try to answer all of them. And again, if you like this video, if you want to support us, I would appreciate if you can give this video a thumbs up, share this video, subscribe also to this channel and hit the bell button, and I'll see you again in the next video. Bye.